everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Rasco.
And it's time once again
to recommend things.
Yeah, Rasco recommending something for the very first time. Well, you probably recommended things to people before, but not like on the recommend show, the official like Geekvolution recommend show. So like it's it's really exciting. It's like Rasco recommending things. Rasco, what do you recommend today?
Okay, so if you've watched Primetime Crisis, you may or you may have not seen this jacket before. This is a Finn jacket or Poe, depending on, technicalities of who really possessed this jacket. But Finn wore it for a while, so we're going to call it Finn's jacket. But this is from The Force Awakens. I guess this is what you would call the Rebel leather jacket. And I actually got this from a website called filmjackets.com. I also have a Star-Lord jacket that I also got from that website. But they make really cool jackets that are from, like, movies and stuff like that. So they're awesome. And so is this jacket.
That
really
jacket
nice
is cool.
Leather. I've seen it. I have a couple different like versions of it too. So there's one where it's like a little bit more like the colors are a little bit more like vibrant. Yeah, they got different versions and it's awesome.
Have you bought anything else from them?
I probably will in the future, but I'm looking at one they have like the Han Solo jacket from Force Awakens. And it's like his like brown leathery jacket that he had. That looks pretty cool. Other than that, these are the two things that I've bought from there, the Star-Lord jacket and this jacket.
Do they have things from like a lot of licenses, or is it primarily Disney stuff like that, or?
I think they have pretty much just like any iconic jacket from any movie. Like I know
so
they have,
it's
like,
just
Indiana
jackets.
Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
cool.
just like jackets in general.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The one thing they don't have, I don't think they have a Speed Racer jacket. I would love a Speed Racer jacket. Just throwing it out there.
So I'm imagining they have probably the life preserver from Back to the Future. Stuff like that.
They've got to.
They've got to, right?
I haven't specifically checked, but they have to.
That would be like when I think of iconic jackets, like that's one of the first ones that comes to my mind, and obviously Indiana Jones, like you mentioned. See, now I'm just sitting here thinking about I have iconic jackets. Is that where? I wonder if Steve buys things off that website, because he's bought a couple of really awesome geeky jackets, and he's got the Smallville, I think it's season 9, that Superman jacket with the S that goes across the, you know what I'm talking about? And he's worn that on videos a couple times, and I'm jealous of that. Like, I didn't like it in the show, but in real life it looks really cool. Yeah. So like I kind of want one, but they've got to have that. That's probably where he got that. I wonder. I'll have to ask him.
Jackets, they're cool. And they keep you warm.
Jackets, that is a really niche thing to have an entire website about.
Yeah, it is. Like, jackets. I'm surprised they get so much business. I'm assuming they do.
Well, Rasco, is that all you have to say about your recommend?
Yep.
All right. Today, I am recommending something that is not clothing. Today, I am recommending something that I've wanted to get for a long time, and I finally broke down and got one this week, and I'm really excited about it. Rasco, I don't know if you're a fighting game guy.
There's some fighting games, yeah. Mortal Kombat.
I have always wanted my own fight stick, and I finally got a fight stick. And I got this one because Jason's favorite game right now to play with me is Injustice. And I didn't know they made this, and I found it at a store the other day, and this is kind of an impulse buy. I got the Injustice fight stick.
That's
stick.
Really cool.
Isn't that cool? I got mine for the 360 because that's where I happen to have that game. I've said this before. I think I said this when we played that game on camera. Injustice is getting a lot of coverage on the channel lately. When I got the new version, like I forget what it's called, but the big deluxe edition that has all the downloadable content on it. I bought it on 360 because I thought it came out earlier than it did. It was more recent, and it's actually on PS4, and I didn't know when I bought it. I found a copy on 360, and I was like, oh, I would have bought that on PS4 if I'd known that. But then when I found the fight stick, it occurred to me that I had a lot of decent fighters, or at least a few decent fighters on the 360, and that seemed like the more modern system that had the most fighters on it. So it was like for me, because if I got one on PS4, I mean, I don't have this particular fight stick for PS4, but apparently the PS3 one you can mod up so you can play it on PS4. But I was like, like, oh, I had to buy like a bunch of fighting games on the PS4, and I don't have those right now. So it'd be more fun to play it on the system I have. So one of the things that I have, one of the reasons I went ahead and got this is I was like, oh yeah, I've got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in my hard drive on the 360. That would be really fun to play with a fight stick. So I got this for that and for Injustice, and also, I don't know if you know this about me, but one of my very favorite things is Virtua Fighter. I've got Virtua Fighter 5 on that system, and I got a couple other things here and there, Mortal Kombat versus DC, things like that. So anyway, so I got the Injustice fight stick, and I'll explain this briefly, because if you happen to pick this up new, you won't have this problem, because gasp, shock, and awe, it new comes with a cord that you can charge it with, but mine didn't. So in the back, it has a plug for a cord that it's supposed to come with. The guy that sold it to me did not think to include this cord, and I spent 2 days trying to figure out a way to plug the stupid thing in. It looked like a USB mini. At first I thought it was micro USB, but then I realized it was mini, so I bought a micro USB. That was wrong, and then I realized it was mini, and then the mini didn't go in, but that's because the hole is too small, and you can't put it in. So I had to go back to the store, and the guy luckily had one that was long enough and gave it to me, so it was 3 days before I was able to finally play with the stupid thing. But now I'm playing with it, and it's awesome. These lights light up, and this lights up blue. I can't show you that right now because I don't have a system in front of me, but and I thought about bringing my system out, but it's an older 360 and it's very loud, so it wouldn't be great for camera. Anyway, but that's kind of cool. It lights up. It has on the back a thing for light mode. It's got for light modes, it's got an on and off and a pulse. And theoretically, if you put it on pulse, they're supposed to just light up whenever you get hit. And I put it on, and I've looked into this, and I watched a couple people's videos about these sticks, and everybody says that pulse doesn't work for anybody. And I got really excited because just to see if maybe mine did. And of course, mine's a used stick, so I expected all kinds of things to be wrong with it. And I started playing with it. I put it on pulse, and the first time I played with it on pulse, it worked perfectly. They lit up when I got hit. It did exactly what that sounds like, and never again. And somebody used this before me. I don't understand. So, I don't know. That's not a deal breaker, though, because it's more fun to play it with just the lights on, you know. But I really like the button configuration. I like the layout a lot. It's super responsive. It plays really well. I've heard people say that this is a really good beginner fight stick. I had never had one of these before, so I don't know how it compares to other ones. Some people don't really care. I'm just regurgitating other people's reviews of this right now. Some people say that for whatever reason, this particular kind of handle is not the best. A lot of people like the I guess the one with like probably the ball over the the grip all the way down. I guess, I don't know. That doesn't bother me. I think it's fine. But people are saying it's not the best. But and people don't like how lightweight it is. That hasn't been a problem for me at all. Because it's got a really good grip on the bottom. So like the lightweightness of it was a selling point for me. And the lack of bulkiness, just because it's easy to store. So it doesn't slide around a lot if you put it on a surface, and if you if you sit in a comfortable chair that doesn't have big arms on it, it's pretty easy to just put on your lap and play. But it gets a little bit warm after about an hour, so you kind of want to put something under it or put it on a table. But yeah, so I played with this for probably 2-3 hours so far, and I really like it. I started playing. The guy at the store that I went to, and I might recommend this at some point. I'll probably play it on Geeky Fight Club, Rasco, at some point. The guy got me to get Dead or Alive 5 because it has unlockable Virtual Fighter characters, and I didn't know that. And he was like, I was gonna get a Tekken because I don't currently have a Tekken, and I like Tekken a lot. And he was like, have you played Dead or Alive 5? And this is how naive or not naive, but this is how like ignorant I am. I've been out of new video games, minus a few things, for so long. I didn't even realize Dead or Alive was a fighting franchise. I had no idea. I thought that was another like survival horror thing or something. It sounds like a survival horror game, right? And then you play it, and you're like, I have no idea why this game is called this. Like, Dead or Alive is the name of the fighting tournament. I don't know why nobody dies. I'm not sure why it's called that. I mean, like, in the story mode thing, which is totally pointless in that game, it like like there seems to be, you know, like assassins and murder and things that happen, but none of the actual characters that are fighting get killed in fights. So I don't know why it's called that, but I digress. That is one of the deepest and most involved, at least, you know, in you know, controlling and learning how to play and how to master it, fighting games I've ever played. It's really great. So I'll talk about that more in depth at some point. But anyway, this fight stick is really cool. It's you know, it's Injustice. It's got a really great picture. It's super pretty, and like I said, I like the whole compact lightweightness thing of it. That's really cool. I didn't think I'd ever be able to find a fight stick that I could hold in one hand, and I don't know, I really like that about it. There's some other really cool ones that I might consider getting down the road, but I'm kind of thinking about just getting a second one of these. So anyway, that's what I recommend today. I think this is great. You can get it online for somewhere between 80 and 100. I spent about 90 on it. So anyway, that's what I recommend today, and Rasco recommends a jacket. So I guess collectively we recommend playing fighting games with a fight stick, wearing that jacket.
Yeah, and you mentioned that it gets kind of warm after a while when you're using it. So if you're ever really cold, what you could do is wear this jacket and play that fighting and use that stick, and then you'd be completely warm.
That's true. That's right. Oh, and also, if you're wondering, if you just don't know, the Rebels, they look like that. Well, some of them. Some of them look like that. Yeah. Everybody, thanks as always for watching. We sure appreciate it. Rasco, thanks for being on Recommends, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome. It's fun.
I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Rasco.
And I will see you again with somebody else recommending something next week.